The cultural heritage of the Kathmandu Valley is illustrated by 7 groups of monuments and buildings which display the full range of historic and artistic achievements for which the Kathmandu Valley is world famous. The 7 include the Durbar squares of Hanuman Doka, Kathmandu, Patan and Bhaktapur, the Buddhist stupas of Swayambhu and Badanath, and the Hindu temples of Pashupati and Changu Narayan. Brief synthesis. Located in the foothills of the Himalayas, the Kathmandu Valley World Heritage Property is inscribed as 7 monument zones. These monument zones are the Durbar squares or urban centers with their palaces, temples, and public spaces of the 3 cities of Kathmandu, Hanuman Doka, Patan and Bhaktapur, and the religious ensembles of Swayambhu, Badanath, Pashupati, and Changu Narayan. The religious ensemble of Swayambhu includes the oldest Buddhist monument, a stupa, in the valley. That of Badanath includes the largest stupa in Nepal. Pashupati has an extensive Hindu temple precinct, and Changu Narayan comprises traditional Nuwari settlement, and a Hindu temple complex, with one of the earliest inscriptions in the valley, from the 5th century AD. The unique tiered temples are mostly made of fired brick with mud mortar and timber structures. The roofs are covered with small overlapping terracotta tiles, with gilded brass ornamentation. The windows, doorways, and roof struts have rich decorative carvings. The stupas have simple but powerful forms with massive, whitewashed hemispheres supporting gilded cubes with the all-seeing eternal Buddha eyes. As Buddhism and Hinduism developed and changed over the centuries throughout Asia, both religions prospered in Nepal and produced a powerful artistic and architectural fusion beginning at least from the 5th century AD, but truly coming into its own in the 300-year period between 1500 and 1800 AD. These monuments were defined by the outstanding cultural traditions of the Newars, manifested in their unique urban settlements, buildings, and structures with intricate ornamentation, displaying outstanding craftsmanship in brick, stone, timber and bronze that are some of the most highly developed in the world. The 7 monument ensembles represent an exceptional testimony to the traditional civilization of the Kathmandu Valley. The cultural traditions of the multi-ethnic people who settled in this remote Himalayan valley over the past 2 millennia, referred to as the Newars, is manifested in the unique urban society which boasts of one of the most highly developed craftsmanship of brick, stone, timber, and bronze in the world. The coexistence and amalgamation of Hinduism and Buddhism with animist rituals and Tantrism is considered unique. The property is comprised of exceptional architectural typologies, ensembles, and urban fabric illustrating the highly developed culture of the valley, which reached an apogee between 1500 and 1800 AD. The exquisite examples of palace complexes, ensembles of temples, and stupas are unique to the Kathmandu Valley. The property is tangibly associated with the unique coexistence and amalgamation of Hinduism and Buddhism with animist rituals and Tantrism. The symbolic and artistic values are manifested in the ornamentation of the buildings, the urban structure and often the surrounding natural environment, which are closely associated with legends, rituals, and festivals. Integrity. All the attributes that express the outstanding universal value of the Kathmandu Valley are represented through the 7 monument zones established with the boundary modification accepted by the World Heritage Committee in 2006. These encompass the 7 historic ensembles and their distinct contexts. The majority of listed buildings are in good condition and the threat of urban development is being controlled through the integrated management plan. However, the property continues to be vulnerable to encroaching development, in particular new infrastructure. Authenticity. The authenticity of the property is retained through the unique form, design, material, and substance of the monuments, displaying a highly developed traditional craftsmanship and situated within a traditional urban or natural setting. Even though the Kathmandu Valley has undergone immense urbanization, the authenticity of the historic ensembles as well as much of the traditional urban fabric within the boundaries has been retained. Protection and management requirements. The designated property has been declared a protected monument zone under the Ancient Monument Preservation Act, 1956, providing the highest level of national protection. The property has been managed by the coordinated action of tiers of central government, local government and non-governmental organizations within the responsibilities and authorities clearly enumerated in the Integrated Management Plan for the Kathmandu World Heritage Property adopted in 2007. The implementation of the Integrated Management Plan will be reviewed in 5-year cycles, allowing necessary amendments and augmentation to address changing circumstances. A critical component that will be addressed is disaster risk management for the property.